it's a matter of giving yourself a different narrative. Give yourself a different narrative around the things that have been keeping you back. It's not to say that it's forgive and forget, but forgive for yourself to grow and give it a different narrative, give it a different spin on whatever it is, so you can grow and finally be who you came here to be. Because then and only then you can really fulfill your dreams and stop holding on to unfortunate beliefs and situations and people and habits, and really understand your worth. Really understand your worth, man. It's a lovely thing. And only you can do it. Only you can choose to do it. Nobody else can do it for you. Hey, what's up? Thanks for tuning in to Elevate Life, where we're debunking our disbeliefs and elevating our mind and our lives to magnificence. I'm your host, Tremise Valentine, and today we're going to talk about elevating into the universal way of life. Understanding that we are oneness and understanding that anything is possible for us if it's possible for the next person. It's just a matter of understanding that we can alter the realms, our reality, and the paradigm that we're in by our perceived thoughts, the way we look at things, and the way we look at our lives, the way we look at ourselves. It leads us to taking different action. The way we think, what we believe to be true, it leads us to taking different actions because we feel a different way. Well, at the root of us, at the root of everything, lies consciousness, which is the ultimate. We're illuminated light being who perceives energy and emits it. Based off of the energy that we feel deep down, we emit that energy, and that's what allows and attracts and manifests in our lives. Based off of the energy that we perceive, we're going to emit that energy out into the world, and it's going to be magnetized back to us based off of the electric charge of our thoughts, and the magnetic feeling that we have will then lead to our actions. How we choose to see the world is a reflection of our inner conversations and beliefs, obviously, right? We have to understand, and I'm understanding now, that no matter what anybody says, I have to know who I am at my core, which is God, divineness, light, a light being, just living a human experience. Because before we came through the womb, we didn't have any feeling. We were just consciousness. We were just God. And we only have these feelings because we're living this human experience. And it causes us to co-create with the way we feel, right? So once we organize and direct our conscious thoughts on purpose, we have power. We learn to love ourselves more. We learn to have more confidence in ourselves. The more we understand the laws of the universe, because it's not some kind of excitement or just another law that's made up. It's the fucking laws of the universe, just as real as gravity is real. The rest of the laws of the universe is real, just like the law of divine oneness. What's possible for one is possible for all. We're all created by the same entity, whether that's God, Source, Universe, Buddha, whatever. We're all here together. We all stemmed from that oneness. We all have that same entity inside of us. Well, since we are all from that oneness, we're all entangled together one way or another, whether it's a strong connection or a light connection. We're all entangled one way or another. Why do you think, we feel the pain of the Palestinians over far away? Because we're all fucking connected. We all are powerful and we're all connected to power. Once we lead with our higher selves and show compassion and show love and understanding to other people, then consciousness will rise. There will no longer be any more pain or hurt or suffering. Once we get on the wave of true consciousness, of true love, and move from the 3D reality into the 4D, and that's ultimate love. We can all receive and get whatever we want based on what we believe we can get. It's all just a matter of perception and what we believe. We can have love, and there's endless possibilities. Like I said, what's possible for one is possible for all, and it's all based off of the law of vibration and the law of attraction. Divine oneness comes first, and understanding that we're all connected and everything is possible for us. And once we get to know the law of vibration and law of attraction, and understanding that everything is energy is your inner generation, your G that's generating the feeling that you have. Everything has its own unique frequency, and once you get on that unique frequency that you truly desire for yourself, then there's no stopping you. Even when you seem to fall back a little off of it, the feeling of that ultimate desire, that ultimate feeling that you see for yourself. So when you feel yourself falling back off of it, just remind yourself of where you're going, who you are. Send some love to yourself, and if that doesn't work, then obviously there's something deeper within you that's bothering you. So ask, what is it that I need to let go of, and how can I move past this? Don't suppress it, but love it. Forgive yourself, forgive the situation, love yourself, say I'm sorry. It's actually called Ho'oponopono, but it's I'm sorry, I forgive you, I love you, and thank you. Those four sayings can go a long way. And you're not forgiving anything for anybody else but for you. You're letting go of what's holding you back. Because whatever it is, or whoever it is that done whatever to you, I can guarantee you they're not thinking about it. It's only holding you back. And if it's something that's from years ago, you haven't grown from that situation. You haven't let that go. You're still stuck in the past from years ago. You're living in the past years ago. That's where your mind is years back. Like, isn't that crazy? Like, to think about, like, you're still holding on to things that you can barely remember. Like, it's a matter of giving yourself a different narrative. Give yourself a different narrative around the things that have been keeping you back. It's not to say that it's forgive and forget, but forgive for yourself to grow, and give it a different narrative, give it a different spin on whatever it is, so you can grow and finally be who you came here to be. Because then and only then you can really fulfill your dreams and stop holding on to unfortunate beliefs and situations and people and habits, and really understand your worth. Really understand your worth, man. It's a lovely thing. And only you can do it. Only you can choose to do it. Nobody else can do it for you. But I'm definitely here to help. Definitely here. But it's a concentration and a foundation to build on our everyday routine. It's a constant work, just like it's constant work being in the mindset of you can't, or constant work of being in fear and doubt, and that's constant work. Being conscious is constant work. Making this everyday routine to build on, the more it builds character in you, the more that you become unfuckwittable. You know what I'm saying? The more you can enjoy the journey of building your life brick by brick, and taking your mind from chaos to an aligned, abundant, powerful, calm, joyful life experience. It's all up to you. Because creating the life that you truly want doesn't just happen overnight. It's like building a dam. You can't just build a dam and throw it in there, throw it in the river. It's not even creating it intentionally, because then the water will leak. You're doing it too fast. You got to make the bank carefully. Then you'll end up with a fucking good ass dam. But you can't just throw the stuff in the river and expect it to fit. You know what I mean? Because honestly, I feel like building your life day by day, brick by brick, builds more of a stronger foundation, and it constructs a mastermind. It builds empires of greatness. Think about it, you can't build the Empire State Building in 1 day, in 2 days, in 3 days. It takes time. And you have to enjoy the journey. Know that it's going to be erected just like you want it to be, or better. Straight up. You don't have to be an expert or have a certain level of this and that. Just do it day by day, and you'll become better and better at whatever it is that you want to do. Either we make progress little by little, or we don't expect to make progress at all. If you do, it's going to be destroyed. If it's fast, if it's just like that, it's going to be destroyed. It's going to be taken away because you don't know how to keep it. Just like lottery winners, you don't find many of them still having money years later down the road because they didn't understand before they had the money how to manage the money. Another way to, not be so doubtful and fear the unknown is just remembering that before you were born, you had no feeling. You were one with the universe. It was mind only. It was mind only, the essence of a mind, the big consciousness. And after we were separated by birth is when we started to develop feelings. But we were still oneness. It's just like I was reading, it's in my beginner's mind. It's just like a waterfall, from the river. The river is one, and looking at the waterfall, it's still part of that river. But when we're born, we're in that waterfall, separated by rocks, by wind, or whatever. We're separated, but the water is still water. And when it hits the bottom of the river, it's still water, but it's in that river again, and it feels calm. You have to think of life as us falling from that river, from that waterfall, but we're still one. We're still water. We're still consciousness. We're still God. And the only reason why we have difficulty is because we have feeling. But feeling is what attracts things to us. And we can use the feeling to our advantage once we become conscious of how it all works. It's our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions, the trifecta. And from our thoughts, our feelings, and actions, we manifest. We attract and allow things into our life based off of that trifecta. The law of attraction is responding to who you are being in every moment, to who we are being in every moment. That frequency that we're on. So the power lies within us. It was bestowed upon us. Once we realize that, it's a fucking game changer. With that being said, be authentic. Be authentically you. Love yourself. And become familiar with who you are. Be sure to tap that like button and subscribe if you made it this far. Much love to you. I appreciate you. And see you next time.